Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for all ideas you've sent in on ideas.johnkitzhaber.com. You know, and I know, that this is a very, very difficult economic time for Oregon and for Oregonians. We've got 11% unemployment. We've got folks who just don't know how to make ends meet. We've got people who just can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's really what our jobs and economic development strategy is all about. And through this venue, by sending your ideas in and joining me in this hard work, we're creating that light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you that Oregon is going to make it through this recession. Oregon is going to create a strong, resilient, robust economy where people throughout the state of Oregon have jobs that pay above the national average. But I can't do it alone. We can do it together. As many of you know, in January we released a document called Jobs Today, Jobs Tomorrow, which is really our long-term strategy for economic development and job creation in the state of Oregon. And it's centered around a four-part strategy. Oregon to the World really talks about Oregon's place in the global economy and how we support our traded sector industries that bring new capital into the state of Oregon. Oregon to Oregon focuses on how we strengthen Oregon's internal economy by taking that new capital that comes in from the traded sector industries and amplify it and keep it here in the state of Oregon through local supply chains, local sourcing, and things of that nature. Home to Oregon tries to increase the efficiency of what we call our community sector, that is neighborhoods and households. How do you make them more energy efficient? How do we increase the job opportunity and the ability to keep more and more dollars at home near where people live and work? And then the final component is what we call it Oregon Leads, which is essentially trying to develop a new cluster of Oregon products for creating market value both in Oregon and in the global economy based on knowledge and sustainability and green technologies. So all of those, I think, give us the ability not just to begin to put Oregon back to work, but more importantly to create a more robust economy in Oregon that's insulated from these boom-bust cycles that have plagued us for the last 30 years. Now obviously a governor can't do this alone. It's going to require Oregonians together working in common cause to transform Oregon's economy, and that's where you come in. That's where the Ideas website comes in, and the response has been tremendous. And what I'd like to do here in the next few minutes is go over some of the ideas that have come in on that website. We've got another idea here about community college industry-specific training. The statement is that Chemeketa Community College works with employers to provide industry-specific training, like when a new company comes to town and specifically trained workers are needed. Community college workforce-specific training is a huge opportunity in the state of Oregon. Some of it's going on right now, but we need to make sure that it's the norm in community colleges across the state. So supposing you have a new really leading-edge company in biosciences or high technology that requires a workforce that doesn't currently exist. Facilitating the ability of these private employers to contract with community colleges to produce exactly the kind of workforce they need will give us the opportunity to help expand the number of those businesses that are locating here in Oregon, or more likely starting up here in the state of Oregon. It's also important to recognize that the workforce of tomorrow, probably 40 or 50% of the new jobs, won't require a four-year college degree, but will require a two-year community college certificate or some kind of apprenticeship training. We need to recognize that and use our community colleges as sort of the entree for these middle income skills and jobs, which are going to be such an important part of our economy in the future. So facilitating this kind of connection between employer-specific jobs and the ability of our community colleges to provide that workforce is a central element of what I think we need to do to turn Oregon's economy around. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to participate today. I want you to keep your ideas coming to ideas.johnkitzhaber.com. These are very, very difficult economic times. It's very difficult for many Oregonians to make ends meet. High healthcare costs, our high unemployment rate, difficult time seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I want to tell you that your engagement in this kind of process is creating that light at the end of the tunnel. Together we're going to pull through this economic crisis. Together we're going to make Oregon's economy stronger, more robust, and more resistant to these cyclic downturns that we've had in the past. That's only going to happen with your participation and your commitment. So thanks again for joining. I hope to see you again on ideas.johnkitzhaber.com.